coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now a first down carry. It's Lacey. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Now that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
10 yards still left on second down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
They'll run here. This is James Starks. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Rodgers now on first down. Rodgers brings it in. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal.
Of course we think of Aaron Rodgers as a pocket passer, but you and I both know this guy's a pure athlete. He can get outside and make plays with his legs as well.
Yeah, showed it right there, outside of the pocket and on the money. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Rodgers throwing a touchdown, Packers. Richard Rodgers, his 17th. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the intercept. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. And now a first down following that long gain.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Rodgers now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Randall Cobb, his 9th touchdown of the This offense ready to head back out there as they'll take over with a little over a minute to play in this first quarter. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They'll run it with Lacey. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what second down brings.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football, and they've got it here with a first down. They stay on the ground on first down with Lacey, and he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On second down, here's Rodgers. That's complete to Cobb. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. A run here for Starks. He'll get 3 up to midfield. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Over the middle, Rodgers has it. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and power forward and got the first down.
Lacey, 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Rodgers to throw on second down. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. This will be from 56 yards out.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. One back is Lacey. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he slings one that's incomplete. Eddie Lacy, the one he was trying to get it to. And that takes us from second to third down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't get that done on that play.
He was looking for his tight end, Richard Rodgers, that time. And it's fourth down. So on fourth down, the Packers turn to their punter, Tim Mastay, to kick it away.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Being chased out left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
A gain of 19 and picking up the first. So it'll be first down here after the run. Starts. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's taking it right down Broadway. 30, 20, 10, 5. And this will be a touchdown. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Now the Texans want to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Throwing is Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 15. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Texans take possession. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively offensive. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. So we've hit. What's that? Now? Oh, we're back. Okay, well, something happened to Larry in the halftime show. I guess we're ready for the 3rd quarter. Let's go. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. One back is Lacey. He's going to get the football. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division every year is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
And that catch puts him past the great Jerry Rice. For the most receiving yards in a single season, he's now up over 1,848.
At one point, we called Jerry Rice Flash. How about the dash we saw here today? The dash towards his record and past it. What a tremendous achievement. And how much fun is it for us to be here to witness it?
It's a pinch-me moment for us.
And Richard Rodgers makes the grab, and let's face it, it's going to follow him the rest of his career. The Hail Mary he caught to beat the Lions in 2015 in Detroit, pretty memorable play.
Those Lions fans, they just don't like you right now if they heard that.
I didn't mean to bring it up to, pull the Band-Aid off the wound there. I was just trying to praise Richard Rodgers. Yeah, they're going to be mad at me.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Over the middle to Beckham. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. It's a pickup of 21. And that leads to a Green Bay 1st.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Rodgers again now. And he's got his big tight end. That's Rodgers who caught it for the Packer touchdown. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. One back is Lacey. And he'll get it up the middle. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11.
When people see Vince Wilfork, they don't think about his versatility, do they? But we've seen that throughout his career where he's actually played some defense.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Packers. Odell Beckham, his 20th. Drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. They begin the drive with Lacey. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. Brian Cushing, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, Rodgers has it. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. And with this guy, I don't know that you're surprised when he has back-to-back games like this. He just keeps excelling.
What I like about him is that every year, he doesn't settle for being one of the best in the game. He tries to make himself better. Almost like those great basketball players. I remember hearing about Kobe Bryant wanting to add something to his game every offseason. Magic Johnson, what do I need to work on to get better? Michael Jordan had that fadeaway before his career was over. Those are the best. Even though they're at the top of their game, they find ways to get better.
Out to the flat for Lacey. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he dropped it. Now it was tipped, altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it, and now 4th down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more. They'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it
Lacey hit. He lost the football. It's out. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. They start the drive on the ground with Lacey. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Now Rodgers on the bootleg, rolling to his right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Joseph. And his guys are going to get the football. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Now Rodgers will handle Lacey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Caught left side, it's Beckham. The 30, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Packers. Odell Beckham Touchdown number 20. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. They go play action here on first down. Backing up. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 47 yards.
Remember how much we enjoyed watching him last week?
It's the same thing. This will look at those numbers.
I'd hate to be a defender right now because no matter what you're throwing at him in terms of coverages, he's finding ways to defeat it. And even when he's covered, he's not covered. What is he doing? What's that term they use? He's uncovering and making big catches. Really fun to watch. But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man because now you're running away from someone.
And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Aaron Rodgers. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Rodgers with a give. It's Lacy. Up past the 25 to the 26. A gain of 5. Tackle made there by Quentin Demps.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Dancing to his left. Room here to run. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Rodgers now on first down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Odell Beckham with his 28th touchdown. Drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Rodgers looking to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Now it's Rodgers. Over the middle, Rodgers has it. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll hand it off. Lacy. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. On second down, Lacy. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. So 3rd down, just 1 yard to go.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him. The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
So they settle for just the 3 there.
Kick off your week by installing your game plan. Kick off your week by installing your game plan. Hello, everybody. I'm Larry.
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. One back is Lacey, and they'll give it to him here. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a 1st down run. And when you can get him that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Here's Lacey, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Over the middle to Beckham. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And they better put that ball to the side because with that catch, he's a new single-season receiving yards record holder.
What a fantastic year. And we saw it start early, didn't we, partner? Right out of the gate. We knew he was going to have a tremendous year, but who knew it would culminate in breaking this all-time record.
The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
Now, that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Caught by Cobb. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
Escaping the pressure right. He finds Beckham complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. That one goes for 24 yards. So they're operating in the red zone.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. Following the flag, 1st and 20 now. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And complete right side to Cook. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Rodgers again now. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now this now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. On the ground, this is Lacy. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
One back is Lacy, and he'll get it up the middle. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Got him in, complete. This is Richard Rodgers. Give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Nice catch by the tight end, Richard Rodgers, and, you know, it came from the quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. Some things just write themselves, don't they?
That's exactly right. Both spelled R-O-D-G-E-R-S, for those wondering.
There you go.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking it. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The 2015 Pro Bowler, Michael Bennett, in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And now the Packers get set to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. To throw, it's Rodgers. Forced out to his left. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Lacy. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. You think back at Alabama, he was there, Ingram was there, Richardson all at the same time. Boy, they produced some backs, haven't they?
They do. They are run-heavy, and backs are attracted to that. They know they're going to carry the football often, and they'll get plenty of help from those big people up front.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Complete left side, the tight end Rodgers. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Fresh set of downs here. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he finds the tight end Rodgers. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Holding, defense. That penalty is declined.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 1st down, Rodgers. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this.
Holding, offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. Now the 7-year man from Kentucky, the former Wildcat, Tim Mastay, on to kick. Back deep for the Seahawks, the all-pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. And this one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the... With a little over 2 minutes to play in the 2nd quarter, the offense gets ready to take over. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Packers. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 12. Drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
That's
I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Got it complete to Rodgers. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, there really wasn't much there, but a completion is a completion. A tough third down awaits them.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
The play fake to start. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Tim Mastay now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it's Lockett. Ooh, with a juke. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final. So this offense will head back out there. They're in excellent field position after the fumble recovery. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They'll try to get the offense going with Lacy. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
Off the play fake to Lacy. Here's Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
Rodgers now to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cliff Averill in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, this defensive unit certainly picked a great time to make a stand. Back-to-back sacks, starting with 1st and goal. Have to believe that they'll continue to bring the pressure on 3rd down.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Now it...
Drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. One back is Lacy, and they'll get it up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it's the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Rodgers going to throw. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So deja vu all over again. Another good week. And sometimes maybe, because the defense doesn't look that bad, maybe this is just good offense beating good defense in this case.
I like that because we always want to point out that there was a breakdown or someone made a mistake or there was an error. Sometimes it's exactly as you described it. Sometimes they just made better plays. And that's what he's been doing for the last 2 weeks. Someone's got to find a way to cover this guy. Otherwise, he may set some records.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. And this is Lacy, who remains down on the ground and shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
850, 319, get reset.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Under pressure, he's going to go down. Look at this, way back around the 43. Cliff Averill in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Odell Beckham becoming just the... Drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up? Now go to... And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Packers. Jeff Janis, his 5th touchdown. Following the fumble, this offense will get another shot at it as they quickly head back onto the field. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And now this is back-to-back weeks, and he has treated us with a really solid performance.
We know he's great. We expect it. But this is pretty special what we're watching here. We're watching a guy in total command of every situation, throwing the ball well, guiding his team, moving them. This is a whole lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, it was fun last week. Sometimes it feels like we're at all these games.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and handle it a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
They run again with Starks. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. And credit the tackle to Cliff Averill.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because you...
And this is caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think
that's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb hitting double digits. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll begin the drive on the ground with Starks. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Second down following the run. Again on the ground, again with Starks. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the 4th quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football?
Give him 6 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now Starks. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line. showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Going for the deep ball. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
That one good for 10 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. This is Starks. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. Now Rodgers. Letting one go deep for the end zone. That is caught by Cobb. And it's a Packer touchdown. Randall Cobb with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Packers. So this offense will head back out there already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Here's Rodgers to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
The offense is in total control right now. And while they don't want to be in anything close to a hurry-up, they want to make sure they do things with discipline now. Get to the line of scrimmage, line up correctly, take time off the clock, snap the ball late in the play clock, and run the game out.
Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down.
Oh, partner, there's something.
Kick off your week by installing your game plan. Kick off your week by installing your game plan. Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports.
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football.
Let's go. Hey, 626.
One back is Lacey. And he'll get it up the middle. Uses the stiff arm. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Over here.
Now Lacey. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
He's going to float this one deep right side. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can...
This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They go play action here on 1st down. That's complete right around the 8. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. So this offense will head back out there already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Willie Young in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down. And they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That'll be a gain of 11, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now Mason Crosby for the Packers field goal try. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And Crosby puts it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session, but Coach, I was throwing to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
So on fourth down, the call's out for Tim Mastay to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And take it right on the 30.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And the dreaded. The offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. They'll run. This is Lacey. Only a couple there, and so he'll be brought down about the 28. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to...
And trying to get it to his tight end, Rodgers, and it's intercepted. There he goes, left side. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They'll run. This is Lacey. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum. Or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top. Or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with. Because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Rodgers. Over the middle, Rodgers has it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Out to the flat for Lacey. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. Look at the big man rumble. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll go on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 16 on the pickup, and it'll be a Green Bay 1st down.
What often gets lost with Eddie Lacy when he's playing at his ideal weight is his agility and his quickness. But in this case, he's putting that together with his power. And with these early runs, if you're on the defense side of the ball, you've got to stop that now or you're in for a long, long game.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he finds the tight end, Rodgers. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders. That's exactly what happened on that play.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Complete left side, the tight end Rodgers. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Here we go with 2nd and 7. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Rodgers going to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. A play fake to start. Now Rodgers. He's going to go up top again. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused? It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now off. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. And now the Packers get set to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Again, it's Lacy, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and we'll still get the first down. They love being physical.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Oh, a heck of a... He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Packers. James Starks, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Well, if you like the guys who run the ball, you're enjoying watching this. But the other guys, especially the defense coordinator, trying to figure out an answer on how to slow down the running game, I think maybe starts to call more blitzes because you can call run blitzes in order to try and get more people to the point of attack.
Jeff Janis, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Now Rodgers. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. The play clock's running down. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will... So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Lacy. So from the 40 to the 45, 5-yard run. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Over the middle, Rodgers has it. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Rodgers now on first down. Caught left side, it's Beckham. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And that'll bring up second down.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football, worked so hard to get his feet down inbounds, tried to do the toe tap. My dad's an accomplished tap dancer. I'm not sure he would have gotten his feet in on that one.
Is he really? By the way?
That he is.
How about that? What about young Davis?
No.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who says he's signaled down.
You into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Pernell McPhee in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out, you see, and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you.
Under pressure, they got him again. Willie Young in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Here's Tim Mastay now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. This is fielded at the 27th. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Then they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, it's obvious to me that the big guy is beyond locked in. We saw last week a scintillating performance. We're seeing it again. I think he and his coordinator are in lockstep right now.
Sometimes a tip of the cap to the guys calling the plays here, yeah?
Not just calling the plays, setting the game plan, sitting with him during the week, watching tape as they formulate it. You know, the best ones, they listen to their guy and say, okay, what do you like this week? You like this play? You don't like that play? And that helps them formulate what they're going to do.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. Flush to his right. Call it a loss of 12 that time. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. It's caught by OBJ. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bears take over. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second. Down here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. 6 yards here to go for the offense on second down. Rodgers to throw on second down. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And defensively, maybe an opportunity missed there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. And big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it.
Mea culpa time for me. When Eddie Lacy came out of college, I thought he'd be a good player, but I didn't know he'd have this kind of an impact on the game. As he goes, so goes his offense, and they're winning the game as a result.
I was going to say, they're both going pretty well right now, thanks to Mr. Lacy. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, first down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels. Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up the first down. They ran it and picked it up.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, but I think the Bears Bears have recovered. They have. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And on the ground they go with a running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually wants the football. Why? He knows his offensive line's going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself to finish off runs. That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open.
It's caught at the 10. That one goes for 38 yards. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal. And he is picking up right where he left off a week ago. I wrote down, so funny here on my notes, what he said last week. And after we talked about the good game, he said, I will do it again. And I wrote those words down, and he's done it again.
And it's not bragging if you're doing it, right? Because that's exactly what he's told you, and he is getting it done smooth in the secondary, making catches, making plays. That's the guy that we know. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. Rodgers going to go on, and he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Richard Rodgers, his 19th. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Here's Rodgers to throw. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
319.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Over the middle, Rodgers has it. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there limiting that and keeping them from a 1st down.
Yes. Start of this next possession, the score, 7-0. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Complete to Janis. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and he didn't do it very often. I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3. I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
Kick off your week by installing your game plan. Kick off your week by installing your game plan.